Hello, everyone, and welcome to To Be Released. I'm Wokey, and I'm here with Zenrotto,
Everybody.
Hope,
Hi.
and Mavis, Zenrott's dog.
Okay, who barks for the dog?
She's here silently, but randomly, if you start hearing Zen go crazy, it's because she's on top of him.
Pretty much, yeah. She actually doesn't bark that much unless somebody walks by, but maybe you'll hear.
All right.
Both her and Trunks are right next to me, so if they start barking, you're gonna hear it.
Sounds good. That's how we like to run it over here. It's been a while since we recorded.
My God.
It's
A little bit,
It
yeah.
only took us that much time to get both you and Hope on at the same time.
I know.
Yeah. Both of us very hard to find nowadays for various reasons.
Taking
I'm just
pictures
like-
this entire podcast of where this dog is.
Keep the dog
What's
update.
happening.
I'm just always out when we're trying to do these things.
It's true. I think it's been the last three that we've been like, maybe Hope will show up, and then Hope never came. So that was great.
But nobody came.
Exactly. All right, let's start. Speaking of nobody came, let's talk about global, the global version of Dokkan. One moment.
A lot.
Apparently it's good right now, according to
Yeah.
Twitter. Everyone's super happy right now.
Well,
This is-
Apparently it's shitting out LRs.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, based off our own mod chat that had 3 separate mods, all pull an LR.
Of course, Zahal dropped like 400 stones or something.
Yeah, he got one and then got hit by the bug hard. That LR itch that you get when you pull an LR.
Yeah. Well,
Another like
I mean,
a million stones.
those
Oh, yeah.
odds are ridiculous.
So if for some reason you don't know, they added the guaranteed SSR to Dokkan, which is at the end of every multi, you now get a guaranteed SSR in the 10th spot.
And they started that on a Rising Dragon banner.
Yeah, and also way earlier than Japan got it.
Yeah.
Like we did, if it came out with LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, there would be a lot more LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku friends out there.
Wouldn't there, though?
Yeah, a crazy amount. So
Even
that
I'm tempted to buy stones again.
It is kind of tempting now. Well, thankfully for me, I don't play global at all, so all I see is people pulling LRs and then me kind of hoping that maybe one day I'll get another in Japan.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on Japan for now.
Yeah, I mean, you play both versions, right?
I do.
So yeah, when you play both versions, I don't understand how you can play both versions, because I get burnt out on one version.
I can
Well-
barely play one version.
Yeah, tell us your secret, actually.
I mean, sometimes I just log in and get out, but
You
I
can
don't know, it's not
leave?
that hard to just play 2 versions of the same game. Why not? It's a
Alright.
different experience in both because of what teams I have.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess you could, in theory, have 2 completely different boxes if you didn't go completely crazy and decide to get every single unit in Japan when it came out.
I mean, I did that at first.
And now you
That was
stopped.
a bad time.
I mean, everyone remembers the bad time of when they used to spend a lot in Dokkan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even
That pretty much everyone I know has learned a life lesson from spending too much on Dokkan.
Yep,
Shit's
learned
gone
that.
so bad that it's improved them as a person.
yep.
you're saying Dokkan's like war. You get
No.
into it and then you leave it and then you get better.
Well,
Not 100% war, obviously not an actual war experience.
that's a very weak analogy.
All right, fair enough. I've never had someone call me out on my analogy, so now I don't know what to do.
Learned from Twitter, there's no women in war ever, so Dokkan can't be a war.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Battlefield
true.
just made up all the women. Who knew?
Yeah, apparently women didn't exist till 1952, when
About there, yeah.
when the grass skirt was founded, and bebop was heavy into the music. Oh, speaking of all that, Global really did do a good thing, by the way. And we figured out a way to not talk about the good thing Global did.
They're gonna be so mad. They're gonna be like, we're always like, there's nothing to talk about in Global, and then Global made this giant change, and we're talking about other shit.
We're just talking shit about women in Battlefield.
How did we get there?
I don't know. Either way,
But
I do want to feel if you're playing global and you spend, this is a pretty good time for you. I guess it's real
yeah,
good.
it's about to get uphill
Or
from here.
it's good enough.
Yeah, this is
I
kind of
mean,
the guaranteed SSR when it showed up in Japan. It kind of led me to getting my first LR, basically because like I wasn't really spending that much on those banners that are like rising whatever. But then I was like, well, if at least I can guarantee one, I guess I can justify it as at least I'll get something. So then you pull and then you get something and you're like, oh, cool. But I'm not 100% sure how much the guaranteed SSR is actually helping with that. I don't know the numbers.
well, I think somebody is doing the math on that right now.
I believe Cornell likes to do the math on that stuff, and he actually has like bots that can see that process through.
Yeah.
So once the actual map comes out, I'll be happy to see it and see if there's actually a change or whether or not it's more people are pulling, so therefore more LRs are being pulled. You see what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's been a lot of like, oh, I did one multi and I'm pretty happy with it. So
I mean, as long as you can be happy with your multis. That's actually a big problem that I had with Dokkan for a long time, is that I was doing multis and was miserable the entire time.
yeah, you save up to get nothing. Then you're just like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Thank you for the
That's where
SR
the
Piccolos.
that's where the GSSR comes in. Now
Yeah.
you at least get something, and it adds a bunch of value to multis now.
Yeah. It also kind of makes it so I would actually wonder if they'll ever, going forward, if any banner will just be like guaranteed SSR. Because I forgot that like in the first year of Dokkan, one of the big things is at the end of the year anniversary, having a guaranteed SSR was like a big thing. It was like a whole event.
SSRs, I think they're gonna do ticket banners more often because that's the only thing they can really, or featured SSRs.
How long until we get a guaranteed LR banner?
God, if only. I think they're probably gonna stick with stones on that one.
You think? Zen, what do you think? Do you think we'll ever get one?
I think by the time we get one, it'll be ones that are no longer relevant. So, who
Yeah,
cares?
probably.
I mean, they'll be no longer relevant, but there'll still be like a bunch of people who don't have them just simply because they were out during a time where they're not going to be the beat sticks they once were. Like LR Gohan is no longer the end all be all LR he once was, but I would still like him.
The only like Majin Vegeta, Mighty Mask, and Trunks, and that's it.
Man, is that really
Bojack.
Yeah, Bojack. He's actually he's 100% one of the best LRs.
Why they made that?
I say I don't know any of the math behind it. I just know that he showed up for me, therefore he's the best.
Well, he's all I've got in Japan too, so.
Exactly. When I sent out the hero signal, he was the only one that answered. Therefore, he's a
But
hero.
he's a villain.
Not to me. A hero forever. All right.
He's a hero in your heart. All right.
Yeah, the hero for my heart. And speaking about the hero of my heart, Japan had a shit ton of things happen by the last time we were here. So let's try and get through as much of it as we can, as decisively as we can. As I've already said, the guaranteed SSR, that's in Japan. I have these in order of things I quickly thought of. They added a sleeping old man Kai for some reason.
God, I hate that.
It's maybe... To be fair, I've gotten 3 SA levels for my Bojack fix to it, but it's maybe the most useless unit I can think of.
God, none of the ones I've used it
Yeah,
for so
no.
far.
No.
It's aggravating.
What about you, Zen? Say it again.
Oh, you mean the 30% Kai? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
That
They-
was just a shitty thing to do.
They don't even give you the decency of being like, he uses bubbles medals, use 100 bubbles medals, and you can awaken him and get a 50% chance. Because then that would to get rid of my problem of, I have too many fucking bubbles medals. And at least 50%, like, at that point now you're just dealing with, like, you have a half a chance. But no, 30%, it's so dumb. Like, everything about it is terrible.
Yeah.
But we have him now, so I
Also,
guess...
he's Phi, so I have to like retrain myself to filter for Phi SRs while I'm at it.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, a lot of their SR cards are now kind of annoying because now you have Party Kai, who can be in any color and only works with specific colors. You have Old Sleeping. You have Santa Roshi whenever he shows up during Christmas. And now we have Old Sleeping Kai.
We really, like, I don't know. One of those should have been a potential map thing.
I mean, that the potential math Kai will be LR reading a magazine Kai, and he'll be used to awaken any potential that you have in your system. All right, we got him down.
Card.
Sorry, say it again?
I said the potential card.
Exactly, the potential card. And now, speaking of potential, no, that's not a good transition at all. We got an LR Beerus, though.
Yes.
And his art's pretty cool, and I don't actually know if his unit's any good. From what I saw, people were like kind of boo-hooing him, but at the same time, it's LR Beerus.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think LR Bardock was on that list.
No, he's on here. He's lower on the list. He's under the Lord Slug category, which I will insult for daring to get in the way of my slug. That's
fair.
But let's stick to Beerus for now. So hope maybe you're the most hyped for an LR Beerus. Tell us how you feel about LR Beerus.
I'm really hoping I get him because Beerus is one of my faves.
I mean, he's definitely my favorite villain. I put it in question marks. In Battle of Gods, he's going to blow up that planet, though.
Well, but not the villain.
He's kind of the villain, yeah. He's kind of the villain.
He was going to do it over pudding, and that's pretty villainous.
No, he's just a child.
Children can be villains, too, when they're going to blow up the world. Baby is a villain.
No, but I mean, he has the maturity of a child.
I mean, that's true. He has the maturity of a cat, which is very accurate.
Oh, and the temper of one.
Exactly. I mean, he's the most accurate character, and if there was a category of new characters, he would definitely be my favorite up there.
Can we have a cat category?
Like, so it'd be him and Champa, and Puar, and the cat thing that lives with Bulma.
We need a Puar. We need a Puar unit bad.
We kind of do.
Oolong has one.
It'd be an interesting support unit.
I mean, there's a lot of units I would like that are... Here's the problem with Puar, is that he's Dragon Ball. So he's going to be in that shit banner.
Baseball episode of Super. Just get baseball Puar.
Okay, you know what? You're right. They should release baseball Puar. Because any other version of him will literally be forced into the Dragon Ball ghetto.
I think that would still be a swing and a miss.
I thought we didn't have comment on, but apparently that's not true.
Oh no, I make puns. You know this.
I do, but not the general audience, because the last time you were on, you were drowned out by like 15 other people.
That's true. That was huge.
Yeah, it's a big old mod bonanza. Also with LR Beerus, they also finally gave Japan Vegeta and Bulma. So now, if you wanted to see Vegeta respond to Bulma being hit in Japanese, you totally can. He's still pretty good too, I think.
I'm still mad that I got like nothing off of that banner.
Really? Nothing? You didn't even get Vegeta and Bulma?
No. I actually got the old Super Saiyan 2 Strength Vegeta.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's another bad thing that's kind of come up because of the guaranteed SSR, is now you're going to get really heavily trolled. Like, I pulled on the new Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, like his new blue form or whatever, and I got the tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I don't think I can handle pulling any other Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta ever in my life.
God, that Vegeta was so good, though.
Like back in the day?
No, the SSB.
Oh, the new one? Yeah, he's pretty good. We'll get there, too. He's on the list somewhere on here. Actually, he's next. Let's talk about whatever the fuck Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's called.
Super Saiyan Blue Evolution.
Is that accurate, Zen?
I have no idea. Probably.
You're the main lore guy that I go to.
No, like canon name for it. That's just what everyone calls it.
Okay, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Based off the hit film Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh god, no.
Okay, so he's the Saiyan, like pure Saiyan leader, right?
Yeah.
They took all the fusions out of the category, so it's literally just all Goku and Vegeta and like 2 Brolys.
And Turles and
Raditz?
actually, it's kind of nice that like Turles is on there because then you can have the new one.
Oh yeah, the movie Turtles, who I
And
think yeah.
he's a pretty rockin' support.
I mean, he's one of the best supports that unfortunately loses his support every once in a while, which sucks, but you know, nothing you can do about that. But
I mean,
when he's in that pre-form, he's amazing.
just like UI Goku.
Exactly like UI Goku. Well, a lot. So he also has a transformation. Is Vegeta actually good in his transform form?
He's got the better SA in that one.
I'll consider that an
Or
improvement.
when he transforms. But his transformation threshold is not 50%, it's 30%. So like he never does.
Oh, so chances are he'll just never go.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a what is it? Like a 30% chance after 30% health or something?
Wait,
No,
what?
it's a 30%
He went
chance
under 30%.
after 4 turns. I think.
Okay, so
It's
Is
something-
Use him in JP, and I've never gotten it. So
either way, it's very hard to get his new form, basically. Unless
But it comes with its own music, which is nice too.
I mean, that is cool. I wish that it was easier to get, but you
Well,
know,
it is Vegeta.
yeah, they're gonna make.
He's
They
gotta
gotta
get
figure out
shafted
some
somehow.
way.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Vegeta's a better giant lead because you can just use all the
Get down.
Bardoks. Oh. He's not telling me to get down. He's talking to Mavis, who is attacking him. Just so no one's confused. You good to go?
Correct.
All right. I do
Yeah.
like the dog update, so you're giving me a lug side the way.
The Google Translate on space is just a treasure for trying to figure out what SSBE is doing.
Yeah. Well, now that all passives now are turning into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, where all Yu-Gi-Oh cards have like a paragraph long text to explain to you what's about to happen to you.
Yeah, we should have figured they'd do that when they added like the tap on the passive to see what all of it is. We should have figured that was going to happen.
Yeah. Eventually, there's gonna be a unit that just has literally like 30 passives, and none of them are gonna be helpful. That's kind of like Jiren with his
Have that.
stun passive. We do?
no, Mavis, no, get down. It's every passive in the game, but she's still not that good.
Oh, Khalifa or Khalifa? What? No, not Khalifa.
Kale.
Kefla.
Kefla.
We
Yeah.
Kefka. There you go. We got it
Yes,
eventually.
Kefka.
I like that we went through every single version of her names.
I love Kefla though.
I also use her, but it's more because I have to use her. But she's fine.
Because
Whenever
she's the only Patara lead you have.
She's also one of the very few ladies that are good in the game as well.
I know, God. It makes me sad.
Fucking April Fool's bullshit LR women that can't be used.
They're not even LR. I think they're just TUR.
God
Yeah,
damn
they
it!
are.
I hate you so much, Dokkan.
It's so bad. Like I think their stats are like 2018 health and then 1 attack and defense.
The worst thing is that they made the fucking Cyberman team playable, but not the women. Andrew,
That's true.
They took the time to look at the Cybermen and were like, yes, people want to play as them. But then when they released the really cool looking thing that has all the ladies in it, they're like, people don't want to use this. They want to have it in their box to look
Is
at.
that card even? Is that card in the Peppy Gals category? I forget.
I don't think so, because Pan's in it, and she's not considered a peppy gal.
What?
Yeah.
She likes some
The B
legal.
version is.
Wait, which one is?
B Pan.
No way. There's no way that B-Pan is in the peppy gals category.
If I'm mistaken.
Yes. I'm going to say, because the category is based on what Roshi likes.
Oh.
So they have to be of certain age, because
Pig.
Roshi's
To
not a
verify,
monster.
we need to know if Roshi needs to go on a list or not.
Okay, you know
I
what?
think it's definitely verified. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Because the last thing I wanted ruin is Master Roshi. He's already on a very thin line. Don't
So,
take
yeah.
him away.
To be sure, the Mishmash
Oh,
Girls
even
card
worse
is
than
in there.
Fan is Tiny Chi-Chi. Little girl Chi-Chi is in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No way. Is she actually in it?
Yep,
She's
both
actually in it.
versions. I'm staring at it.
The SR versions of the little girl Chi-Chi with the knife on her head.
Wait, that's because the R version is in it. That's
Well,
because
It's smoky.
wait, no, that's
Oh.
because she's in adult form, and for some reason Dokkan can't. If you're like the pre form, has to go into the category. That's why Golden Frieza is in the Namek category.
I know, it's hilarious.
14-year-old
God.
Bulmas.
Okay, you're right. I forgot about the whole 14-year-old thing about Bulma.
Also, Brapan is in it.
Yeah,
Do fusions count?
they.
How do you add the age together?
But the fusions are like extra girl. Why not?
It's true. You know what's the best thing about Brapan? All the awesome conversations that hit the Reddit the second she came out.
God.
What a horrible shit show that was.
Dude, the Reddit itself is talking about.
Well, I don't want to make fun of the Reddit too much because I still do work there out of everyone here. So I would like to
I don't know.
keep my mod job.
It's pretty enjoyable, but still, we've got comments from every side of everything, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair enough. And speaking of being just okay, we also got the father-son Kamehameha as Easy A. Because
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
Iconic,
Are they?
I guess.
I think they were the first. They were the SSRs that came out with the first LR. So maybe, or not LR, with the first.
Dokkan Fest.
So maybe
Yeah,
that's
they
why.
were.
Yeah, because you needed them to beat Broly. Well, you didn't need
Actually-
them, but they helped.
Need them, but
I
it definitely
wonder-
helps.
I wonder if it is, like, relegated to units that are from Dokkan Fest banners.
Does that mean we're gonna get Easy A's for Super Vegeta,
God,
Buff
please.
Trunks, Android
Protect
17 and
Vegeta.
18?
Give me this.
Say it again, Zen.
Vegeta, I need that.
You need a Super... That might get Penta back in if we get Super Vegeta at Extreme Z Awakening.
Honestly, I just want that card to be good. They tried so much with it, and then it still failed.
He was on the cusp. When they announced it, they were like, there's potential here. And then they fucked him up very badly.
I think that's just due to them, like, never wanting to give Rebirth better links. Ever.
I mean, they've kind of... Like, some of the Rebirth LRs have finally gotten pretty good. But that's about it. Like...
Yeah, but I'm talking about just, like, regular Rebirths.
I mean, none that are, like, featured in a specific thing.
Like, the only one I can think of that got, like, a really good Rebirth was, okay, two. The Tech Majin Vegeta for his time was really good.
Oh, yeah. Well, him and Xeno Trunks for the time were amazing.
And, like, the Super Saiyan 2 Adult Gohan.
I'll say the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, the physical one, just by pure accident, he got good.
Yeah, they
I think
gave him a
Kefla
percent
Rebirth
when
too.
percents were rare. Oh, Kefla.
Yeah. Oh, and Kale, the physical one, is actually super strong. Well, those are more modern ones.
They gave her a mince, though.
They did?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
That's why
wanted
she
the
hits into,
original
like,
physical
a
Broly
million.
to be.
Yeah, actually, the Kale version of the physical Broly is everything that, except for the LR Broly was supposed to be.
Hey, Kale just does it better.
It's true. Kale's canon. Unlike fucking Broly.
It's true.
That's all I
God,
got.
Super messes up so many things.
It's amazing how much it messes it up.
I can't wait for him to actually be in the next movie anyway.
Oh.
Just like for totally bullshit reasons.
Oh, for the next movie to just be a reveal of Broly, even though that guy kind of doesn't really look like Broly.
You never know.
As
Like,
remember when the guy who made Broly, when Battle of the Gods came out, he wrote like an article on it. was
Oh
like,
yeah.
this movie would have been great if Broly was in it.
Yeah, it turns out the creator of Broly is like the worst kind of Broly fan.
Bro, trash though, honestly.
Yeah, it's so weird. How weird of that guy to go like I know this guy's like literally the end all be all, but my dude who got beaten by a single punch could take that fool out easy. My guy who was eventually beaten by children and turned into a slime monster can easily win.
God, I wish Bio Broly had never happened.
But then we never have that great Hercule movie that takes place right after Majin Buu attacks. And like everyone's pretty chill about like the whole situation.
I mean, Broly 2 was pretty nebulously placed too.
Yeah, bro, the timeline of every single Dragon Ball Z movie has never really made sense except for starting from Baby Battle of Gods. From that point on,
Your DM.
from that,
Yeah, the movies have their own canon, kinda.
is that the verbatim thing he said?
Out of the actual quote, yeah.
Only from the impression I got of the character on the screen. Brawly was scarier, no contest. Am I the only one?
Wait, there's more. Hang on. There's more, and it's actually even better.
I need
Bro-
to see this.
After much hard work, I was unable to come up with an opponent stronger than Brawly, and I fell into a rut where I made him appear 3 times. That is to say, there's a matter of questioning the idea of Broly as the strongest. As you are well aware, very many opinions on the subject have been flying back and forth on the message boards as well as a variety of other websites. For this time, Goku's opponent, designed by Toriyama Sensei, was even a god of destruction. In the world of Dragon Ball Z, that's a setting where even Broly, before the god of destruction, would face a gap like it between Yokozuna and the very bottom of the sumo ranks. That's Broly reduced to a pushover.
Upset.
Yeah, this dude is straight up like sad about the state of Broly.
Good.
He's basically complaining about power creep in in the
Dragon Ball.
in Dragon Ball.
We've never heard of that before. What's
No.
power creep?
Yeah,
You're
never
gonna have to
happened.
explain that one, I think.
Well, power creep is when people get stronger over time, and people don't understand that if you don't up the stakes, then there's nothing left. That's power creep. Like how in original Yu-Gi-Oh, having a 3,000 attack monster was pretty good, and then eventually that's nothing. That's like a get the shit away from me. Doesn't matter.
It's like trying to use Super Saiyan in Super.
Exactly. It's like nothing.
Except for Universe 6, I guess. They just kind of...
Yeah,
Started
well,
high?
that's because they're a new form of Super Saiyan. It's Super Saiyan 6. And then when they go Super Saiyan
skipped
2...
right over the... Sorry.
And then when they go Super Saiyan 2, it's actually Super Saiyan 6 too. See how
Oh,
that
no.
works out. So...
It's like Final Fantasy.
Exactly. And then eventually they get to like X2, and then everyone's kind of dancing around and singing.
Or Mega Man.
Yeah, either one.
Actually, that reminds me to get that, like, collection that just came out.
Oh, the Mega Man collection? They finally released the other Mega Mans?
There's also related to Dokkan.
I mean, we'll get there eventually, but we should continue on, because there's not really much to say about the Father-Son Kamehameha other than they have an Easy A now.
Hey, they're pretty good.
Yeah?
It was fun nuking,
Broly?
Yeah, I went back and did the Broly event for, like, statues, and it was fun nuking him with the upgraded units.
I might actually try that out, because that sounds like it'd actually be kind of hilarious. It's already kind of easy to kill Broly, but I just kind of want to do it more.
Yeah, with a crit, Gohan did, like, 1.8 million.
Man.
And that's, I think I have 2 dupes on him. 2 paths opened.
Ah, okay. Oh, they also did the nice thing, which I did not mention, is that basically, if you didn't have them, they just gave them away.
Yeah, that was good. They should have done that all the time.
I kind of wonder if going forward for any units that's like not a Dokkan festival, they're just gonna give them out and be like, "Here you go." Like,
Maybe?
it seems like weird, but I guess like I could see that going forward, it being a thing. But I guess we'll see and wait to see if we get any other more like it.
We'll see if they decide to be generous or not.
Yeah, as is always the waiting game in Dokkan.
Yeah.
Speaking of the waiting game, the longest wait in the history of Dokkan, after
Hard Slug.
2 years, the boy came home. Lord Slug.
He's had a card for so long, too.
He had to wait for fucking LR Bojack to come out, for Charles to get his own fucking Dokkan festival.
Which still throws me.
Which I don't understand why he got, and I'm sure he'll have to watch it again when LR Turles is released in like 2 months. But Lord Slug finally has a card, and he finally has a unit, and he was completely forgotten because they also decided to release an LR Bardock at the exact same time.
Yeah.
In the same banner for some reason.
He overtook the fucking Slug banner, so everyone else was like, "Yay, I get to get a featured LR Bardock," and I was like, "What is this Bardock shit? Get it out my face! I only want Lord Slug."
Well, they made this banner totally useless except for Bardock.
Yeah, he like stole the spotlight. It was like the
Yes.
final fuck you to Slug.
Slug basically has the exact same leader as Tapion.
Yep, he does. Tapion got to be the leader of his fucking banner when he came out. Just
And
saying.
he came out with a new Kaioken Goku who's free.
Yeah. But he's Kaioken, so he's a god.
Well, it's nice to
The
farm him.
stand, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, he has the Piccolo stand.
Was there anybody else that came with
Dancing Gohan.
with that banner?
Oh, with the banner, no.
Yeah, because the Gohan is free too.
Yeah, and so is Lord Slug, which has the greatest category, which is the Piccolo category.
Namex, why?
Or Namex, just pure Namekians. So if you ever want to use a team of Nail, Piccolo, Kami, King Piccolo, Old King Piccolo, and Lord Slug, there's now a category for you.
That's literally it.
Until they add the Universe 6 Namekians, in which
Oh, they
case
could do that.
there will be 2 more Namekians.
Kind of surprised they didn't give them cards.
And then they'll release...
There's so many characters from the TOP that they still didn't do anything for.
I mean, they got time.
Yeah.
Is anyone
I
really,
assume they're-
like, holding out for, like, you know who I want? I want that Power Ranger-looking motherfucker right now.
Actually, I kind of want the rest of the girls from Universe 2.
The Ribri.
Rebreon girls.
Yeah, the one with the blue hair. I like her.
I mean, that would be nice to have them. Because, again, that'd be some more lady units, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm always down for lady units. Let's go.
It's true. I'm always down for ladies. How about you, Zed? How do you feel about the ladies?
I am not allowed to answer that question.
Fair enough.
So, when do we get Hello Kitty in Dokkan?
When the next Heroes crossover. I think Hello Kitty's in Heroes, actually.
What?
Yeah, she fights Super Saiyan 4 Goku and just completely wrecks him.
This has got to be 110% fake.
No, it's actually 10% fake. That's how rude I'm being right now.
Well, let's see this.
So,
The
yeah,
power of Google.
go ahead. While you look up Hello Kitty and Dokkan, I will just say I'm glad to have Lord Slug in. Because I've literally been waiting for him this entire time. And now that he's here, I'm kind of sad to see him get so disrespected. But also, it's very fitting. So, good job, Dokkan.
Hello Kitty isn't in Heroes, but you know who is? I mean, you know where she is?
Where?
They made her a mod for Universe 2.
Wait, really?
Along with...
Is it right next to Kermit the Frog?
This is just so wrong.
I mean, it sounds pretty good to me. Speaking of pretty good, let's see what's going on. Also, I guess we should mention something about LR Bardock. Is apparently he's good, but also I think he's maybe the most boring LR we've ever had.
Also, farming him is
Dumb.
dreadful.
Cause
The only free one is an R.
yeah, and I'm not about that life.
You pretty much have to use Kai's unless you want to go crazy.
Yeah, I only would ever use Kai's on him.
Hell, he doesn't even have an SR. Any.
Only does he not?
No. The R becomes an SR, but that's it. And he does that with, like, event medals, so...
Great. Great. Everything about him sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole thing I remember because when he was out, I looked at him and said, he's kind of boring. And then the actual people who did math said, like, no, actually, he's very good. And I said, okay. I still think he's very boring, though.
And, like, if you want to get a lot out of Bardock, you have to use either, like, the Super Saiyan 5 Bardock, I think, or LR Trunks.
And I don't even have... I have LR Bojack, so unless he can go with LR Bojack, I'm not really going to have much use for him.
So it's another case of where, like, you have to have an LR to make another LR work.
I mean, that's kind of how a lot of certain LRs work. Like, doesn't LR Bojack only work when he's, like, with the most specific team in the world where it's, like, Turles and then, like, a Tur version of Bojack?
I think so. I know he links best with his own Tur version, which is also total BS.
I mean, Broly does, too. But
I know.
It's a little
I'm
different.
complaining about Broly, too.
I mean, it's a bad thing, but in essence, like, I guess if you were somehow crazy enough to go, like, whale like some kind of crazy person, you could, in theory, get a Tur version of Broly, and then you'd have, like, an LR
And duping
Broly.
was great. This whole conversation's making me miss duping.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's
I miss it, too.
like, they're releasing a lot of LRs, and for the most part, I kind of go whatever, and then I kind of forget over time how bullshit a lot of the LRs actually are.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, they're hard to get, and then a lot of the time their best partners is themselves but younger.
Well, speaking of LRs, we have Trunks coming up soon.
Oh yeah, he's the next on here, so let's get to LR Trunks. There's a free LR Trunks that will apparently also work with the other LR Trunks, so I think he's LR Trunks Future?
Assumingly.
Isn't the current LR Trunks also LR Trunks Future?
Oh, he's
No.
LR Trunks Teen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, the teen one is the one that came and destroyed Mecha Frieza.
So this one's gonna have, like, just the undershirt then.
Honestly, they could have just made a new Trunks and called him, like, Trunks Super or something. But,
They're saving the LR Super Trunks for a banner.
probably.
Definitely gonna make that its own thing. I also like that apparently he's going to have... So he's in, like, tandem with the fact that we're getting a future Gohan Dokkan, which I assume after we release this, we will get info on what future Gohan actually does.
Plus
And-
the Cell EZA, too.
Yeah. So people are... Because Cell EZA is going to require the category that future Gohan is in. But...
The thing that blows me away is that this Trunks is agile, and
yeah.
Cell's gonna be neck. So, prepare to get wrecked, I guess?
I mean, he's an LR. So if you build up his dupe and everything, he should take literally nothing.
I wonder if they'll do anything to make that easier, like they did with Frieza.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like every EZA is kind of, like, different in some way in terms of difficulty. Like, the difficulty scaling on EZAs are kind of, like, all over the place. Where the first one...
No, I was talking about farming LR Frieza.
Oh.
And how they gave him a category to fight him with.
Yes. I think so. I think I remember this.
Why didn't they give that to Goku?
Because Goku was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So they were still figuring stuff out. And also
But, like,
Goku is, like, the overall best EZA we still have.
Well, the thing is, like, they retroactively added it to LR Frieza, so why not retroactively add one to LR Goku?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's because they don't want to.
Maybe they can't think of anything.
That's also possible. I also did
make
not
him-
know that LR Frieza had that because I finished my farming of LR Frieza like a year ago or so.
I did too, but that was announced when EZA Gohan came out.
Uh-huh. That, like, for some reason LR Frieza also uses, like, Namek category to make it easier.
Nope, Ginyu Force.
Ginyu Force.
I don't know why Ginyu Force needed its own category, to be honest.
I mean, I know why it needed its own category. It's because
It fits within the Namek category.
No, because it's like if you're gonna use a Ginyu category, then all you want to do is Ginyus. Because that's why. Because Ginyus are their own thing, and then they just so happen to live on Namek. Or visit Namek, I should say. They all just kind of died on Namek. That's the only thing that they have relationship on Namek.
But they're in the Namek category.
Yeah, but they should also
All
they
of
deserve
them.
their own. They just deserve their own, I feel. They had their own theme song.
You know what? I'll give it to you.
All right. And I want to say that's kind of it. I think that's it for Dokkan.
So, actually, the new one.
Sorry, say it again.
What type is the new Gohan? Do we know?
Future Gohan is physical.
Think.
Oh,
Yeah, he's physical. That's basically it, though. That's kind of all you have to look forward to for the time being until they release like another LR. I'm kind of looking forward to LR Trunks. I'll be interested to see what he does. I'm always okay with a free LR. But other than that, that's kind of all you got to do in Dokkan. If you're
Oh,
not
we get
pulling
to-
anything, it's kind of a bummer. But
yeah, it's a bummer until Trunks comes out at least.
yeah.
We could speculate a little bit.
Okay. I mean, every time we've ever speculated, it's blown up in our face, but I'm going to allow you to speculate about what you think is next.
Do I want to know?
No! It's okay. Go ahead. Think about what do you personally think is going to come up next for Dokkan?
So, I think they're gonna make another Giants leader. That's gonna be better than Tavion. Because
Okay.
he's not just Fest specific.
I don't think I want to live in a world where we have a third Giants lead.
I think we're gonna have an LR Giants lead.
Who would be the LR Giant?
King.
King Piccolo? Is that what you said?
Actually, King Piccolo would work too.
I don't think he ever goes big, does he?
Well,
He's just kind of big.
Oh, only Piccolo Jr. goes big.
yeah, Piccolo Jr. does, but he's not King Piccolo.
No, he's
Well,
not.
I said Vegeta anyway, so.
Oh, Vegeta. I mean, Vegeta
Oh,
would make
all we
sense.
heard was King.
Yeah.
King and then silence. That's why Wokey said Piccolo.
King Veggies.
I thought you were talking about like King from Tekken, which I would be okay with.
Oh,
Giant
when's
like
our
Tiger
when's our
Man.
Tekken crossover, you bastards?
We already have Heihachi in the game. So it's only a matter of time.
Hello.
Giants lead. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, but I'll be interested to see who's the leader for that. Because right now, like Giants is like in the same category as Pitchy Gals and World Tournament winners, where it's kind of just a gimmick.
Well,
It's like a gimmick team.
my other idea is there is that one Kid Gohan card they made a while back that they never released, the tech one. That goes ape. Maybe he could be an LR Giants leader.
Oh,
He kind of was significant to like a few of the earlier movies,
that's true.
and
Would
was actually
his-
in the show.
Would his essay in any way show Piccolo blowing up the moon?
Please.
Because I feel like if it is, then I'll consider Ape LR a success.
Hopefully his essay is the enemy cutting his tail off and then he falls on them.
That would actually be pretty amazing too.
I would also like it if we did get an LR Vegeta, the animation would be Yajirobe cutting off his tail. just like in full LR glory, just like with lightning in the background.
Honestly, all they gotta do is take that one R card and give it LR shading. Done.
Yes. I could totally want that. God, I don't know why I want like a good Yajirobe card, but I do.
Because he's trash?
He when he was needed and when he was used, he's been perfect. Who saved us from Vegeta? Yajirobe. He was there when we needed him most. He was able to brave through everything, and I feel like he deserves some respect.
I'd like to see Chi-Chi get something good.
So he's the only one that knows what Namekian tastes like.
Yajirobe? Yeah, because he's eaten Namekian.
And ate that one in Dragon Ball.
You know what I actually love about Dragon Ball version of Yajirobe is that he shows up and is immediately on par with Goku. Like, no other, like, backstory is given to this fat samurai man other than that he's as strong as Goku and he likes to eat, things.
Did you start to say people?
I assume that he might eat people. But I don't actually know, because we never got the backstory of Yajirobe.
Well, I guess there's not a lot of food in that tower.
No, he has to eat something. Well, there's sensu beans.
True. Maybe that's how.
Yeah.
They've got protein.
If you eat 2 sensu beans in a row, would you just kind of die from overeating?
Or would you get stronger?
I don't think that's how that works. Let me tell you right now, as someone who eats a lot, I don't get stronger after I eat.
But sensu beans are special.
Are they? I thought they were just supposed to be like a full meal in one bean.
Well, they're a full heal in one bean.
Zen, what were you gonna say?
Full after you eat one.
Okay, yeah. I don't know where the part about them healing came from. All I know is that every time someone eats it, it's like they've just had a full meal.
But,
so
like...
the sensu bean is basically like... Whenever someone says, like, Krillin, I need a sensu bean, what they're saying to me is, Krillin, I'm hungry.
Krillin, give me lunch.
give me some food.
Got any of those boxed meals around?
Exactly. And so he tosses them some food, and then after they eat, they're like, actually, I feel better now. I can fight for, like, another hour.
I was near death, but you know, now we're good.
After I've eaten this cheeseburger, after I was so close to dying, I no longer feel like I could die.
The McDonald's advertisement we all needed.
Exactly. Alright, let's move on to the next thing, because we're done with Dokkan. And as we get done with Dokkan, I have to ask you guys, what other games have you been playing? Hope I'll give you some time, because I'm not sure if you ever were here when we did this segment, so I'll give you some time to think. But Zenrot, okay. I'll ask you, what have you been playing?
Nothing that different from the usual set. I'm trying to play Shonen Or again.
For like
I do every month or so. Yeah, every month or so I give it another shot for like a couple weeks.
Because they keep adding like dudes you like.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm always like, all right, I'm finally done with this game. Screw this. Mm-hmm. Like a character that I love is getting a new card, like every time.
And then they have like the most bitchin' art possible, and you're just like,
this art's so good, dude. I want it so bad.
If people have not seen the new Yusuke, check it out because it is fucking gorgeous. Shonen is always really good with their art.
I'm gonna get that Yusuke, then I'm gonna quit, and then like a week and a half later, they're gonna show Kenshin.
Yeah, and then you'll be back for Kenshin. And it'll be a great... So that's basically what you've been playing. Is it the same stuff, except for now you're trying again to play Or and like it more than it's currently at?
Zen's just
trying so hard to give it...
You're just trying so hard to like it. It is really like one of those games that I wish they would... I want to say that maybe it takes too long to get like to do the art style that they're going for, so they stopped doing events. But really, like, I would love it if it was like Fire Emblem, where we got more events and then we also had a PvP thing on the side, but there's still plenty of like single player stuff you could do.
Speaking
The
of
problem
Fire
is there's
Emblem,
no single player stuff.
Yeah, that's like its biggest fault, and it's the thing that makes me most angry. Is that I have all this like love and wanting to play of it, but then they never give me single player stuff to actually do. It's something else. So sorry, Hope. What were you saying?
speaking of Fire Emblem, I
Mhm.
do play Heroes.
Have you been playing Fire Emblem Heroes?
It's a thing.
Game.
I kind of want those bridal units, but
Yeah,
Only like 2 of them are good, so
that's not the reason she wants them.
fair.
girls.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled on Fire Emblem for the girls, and I got like 2 of the wedding ones, and I got everyone but Tharja, so I basically got all the ones I wanted.
I mean, I've got the green bow using Lyn, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Also, I think I saw that they're adding original art Marth. Is that something, Zen? Or did they just like decide to do something? You might know more.
But you're gone again.
Sorry, go ahead. So something about like original art Marth.
Added a groom Marth where he's like a husband.
Finally.
But no original art Marth. I did see someone linked me to
Toga Marth, no.
Damn it. They need to add that Marth. They needed to close the loop.
Are we talking about that one picture where it's like, you're lucky I'm getting married?
No,
something
do
like
you
that?
remember the Marth from? Have you ever seen any of the Marth Says things?
Yeah, some of them.
From the first game where he's in a toga and that's it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one.
You've never seen original art Marth? Alright, one
No.
moment. We're gonna have to stop this because now you have to see original art Marth.
Very important. On the last episode where we just riffed on original art Marth.
We spend like maybe 30 minutes talking about Fire Emblem art. Because a lot of it is kind of suspect. Let's say that in a nice way. Why do you constantly make my life difficult? Alright. There it is.
Okay, let's see this. Oh, yeah.
That Marth. I want that Marth, but in new art. But keep the
Please
look.
no. Please no.
Yes. Please, yes. I will actually play Fire Emblem for a straight month if this version of Marth is released. I'll dedicate myself to making him the best unit possible, even if he sucks. So,
About Fire Emblem is you can make even really bad characters pretty good, so.
yeah, that's actually the fun thing about it. The thing is that I don't know. I just find it very hard to dedicate that much time to a specific unit. I say as I spend a lot of time doing that in
Have
other
a competition going where you rainbow the shitty units in Dokkan?
games. I don't have a competition. I do that shit for fun, and that's easy.
I kind of like to just start rainbowing everybody.
I'm
Especially
doing
the
it.
free ones.
I'm doing it because those motherfuckers keep giving me orbs and not giving me new units.
It's kind of fun to just see how good the free ones can get.
Yeah, and I like that I have a rainbow star next to my slug. Let people know. I'm serious.
He's a little slugger.
Exactly. Thank you for the backup on that. So, what other games have you been playing besides Fire Emblem Hope?
Legends?
Oh yeah, you've been playing. You should talk about Dragon Ball Legends because you're the only one here who kind of likes Legends. So
Well,
tell us your thoughts on Legends.
I'm still building an opinion, honestly. I like the gacha system a whole lot better. Because, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been lucky.
That will do it.
I pulled Pan and the Super Saiyan Goku earlier. And Piccolo. So basically everybody but Vegeta.
From what little I understand of Legends, I understand all those units are good. So
I
yeah,
need Vegeta now. But like, I'm I don't like the fighting very much,
Pan's
honestly.
super good in that game.
yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
and haven't
This,
gotten to test her yet, but she seems good. Like, I don't know, the fighting is too janky for me.
yeah, that's how I would kind of describe it as.
The music reminds me a lot of Budokai though, which I appreciate.
I mean, that's kind of what they're going for. Not in terms of fighting, but in terms of like look at least.
Yeah, and the soul system is good. That means you can like farm people, and that's fine.
That's
I've
true.
got like a super buff Yamcha right now, which is the only time I'm ever going to be able to say that in my life. So,
It's true. Enjoy buff Yamchas while they last, because they never do.
never do.
Here's the thing that always kind of broke me personally from Legends, and I say that like, that's cool if you like the game, just to let anyone know, so no one gets angry at me if I'm insulting their favorite game. But based off of like even other fighting games I've played on mobile, it just never felt right. Like the feel of the fighting just doesn't, like they're going for like the flying look of Dragon Ball, but I would have preferred it if they just like did something similar to Injustice where it's actually on like a 2D plane. And the combat's super simple in Injustice, but at least it feels like every move I do is actually like felt and stuff.
Yeah.
And
To
I
be
can
honest,
block in Injustice.
I really don't like the card-based battling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a major turnoff for me.
Yeah, there seems to be like something about choosing the right dudes, right? I saw somewhere that if you kill Krillin, Super Saiyan Goku gets stronger, and I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, like they've got very interesting like
Like
card
team,
skills.
yeah.
Like the battling itself, picking cards in the battle is can take or leave.
Need Legendary Super Warriors as a mobile game.
Legendary Super Warriors.
Just put Supersonic Warriors on there. That's fine.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, at least you have played Legendary Super Warriors on the Game Boy Color.
I have not played it. I just hear Zen talk about it a lot, I think.
No way, you haven't played. I love that game. It's so bad, but it's so great.
Is that the one
I
with
haven't.
the sprites? The one with the... I think I might know the sprites of it, but I don't think I've actually played the game.
Yeah, I haven't either.
What does it say it again?
Damn shame.
You know the absolute worst fighting game though for DB?
What?
Taiketsu. God.
Taiketsu?
Yeah. There was a fighter on the GBA called Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu.
Is it worse than the card game version of Dragon Ball on the Game Boy?
Probably.
Because I'll say that based off of... If we want to talk about bad DB games that are on a handheld, that aren't Legends or Dokkan, the one game I always remember is the card game version of Dragon Ball that was on Game Boy Advance, because I thought it would be like the Yu-Gi-Oh games where they're like the cards look nicest. They looked nice for like what the tiny screen was, but then when I actually played it, it was like a garbled mess, and none of the cards, you couldn't read any of the text. So you had to actually... They also didn't have a tutorial, so they kind of assumed that if you were picking this up, you already knew the card game.
Oh.
So it was just
Isn't there like a mobile version of the Super Card game while we're at it?
I don't think so. I think people just find a way to...
There's a Japanese only version.
Ah.
Oh.
Can't play it in English though.
Yeah, I think I remember trying to sign up for that and I'm like, I can't read this. Never mind.
Yeah, in a card game, that's kind of important.
No, I mean like I couldn't read the like sign up sheet for like creating an account.
Oh, that... Like, you couldn't even get that far in? You were stopped at the door?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I wouldn't play Japanese Dokkan if I like didn't already know what was going on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's the only reason I'm able to continue playing Japanese Dokkan is that I played enough of the global version to understand the game.
That's
and
me.
and DB Space fills out the rest with translations.
Adequately.
Yeah.
You can only do so much with Google Translate.
Yeah, they ain't that the truth. As someone who plays other Japanese games.
Sometimes we just have to ask Koala.
Yeah, Koala, who is real good if you lose your account, and you can ask him, like, please help me, I don't want to lose this account.
Well, I meant he has some pretty fantastic translations.
Oh, yeah, he does. No, and I mean in no way to belittle his work. He's great. So what other games have you played then, Hope? Is that...
Are we talking strictly on the phone, or...
It doesn't matter.
I'm still stuck in Overwatch.
Still playing in that Overwatch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof.
I keep looking, like, there are parts of me that keep wanting to go back to Overwatch, but then I would have to actually get back my original team of people who played it, because I could not imagine playing it by myself, because I'm just so used to just... It was like the buddy hangout game for me.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what it was for me. It was like, well, I have buddies, let's fool around, and the more of us there is, the less likelihood of there being a bad person on our team. Because we're the bad people.
Yeah. It matters a lot for me that my boyfriend and roommate play it, so... Yeah, along with a ton of my other friends.
It's definitely like an MMO that if you still have those friends playing it, it's way easier to get back on and keep on playing.
Kinda, yeah.
You just have
well, it makes sense that Blizzard would make something like that. I can't say I've ever heard of it before.
Yeah. The funny thing is that Overwatch was supposed to be like one part of like their new MMO, and then it got like cut off, and then they made it its own game because that MMO dream died. Because there was no way that they could ever top what they already made, so it didn't really make sense.
Honestly, MMOs are kind of a strangled market.
Yeah, you don't hear many new MMOs. Or
honestly,
you do.
The only one that still persists is WoW, and that's been on a decline for a while. And it just jumps back up whenever there's a new...
thing.
What are those things called? Expansions?
Expansions, yes. Yeah, there you go. I have a friend who still plays Guild Wars 2. That's the only person I know, so that's why I know that there's still some people who play Guild Wars 2. It's because a friend plays it.
Honestly, Final Fantasy XIV still does pretty well as well.
Yeah, but again, that still is another one that, like, there's only ever interest when an expansion comes out.
Oh, and Dragon Quest. Yeah, I'll just assume that's doing fine because it's Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest will never die.
Exactly. There will always be a dedicated fan base in Japan keeping Dragon Quest alive. Alright. I think I'll go for my turn and then we'll end this up.
So what games have you been playing, Wokey?
Oh, thank you, Hope, for asking. Let me tell you right now. The basic mobile games, the same as always, Fako, Shonen Or. But then I got to play onto my Switch a bunch because it's the only console I have on me now. So I was able to... I bought Mario Odyssey, and the other one was Darkest Dungeon. And I've beaten Mario Odyssey to the point where I want to beat it. And then I'll maybe one day return and actually get everything. But for now, I'm also playing Darkest Dungeon, which is maybe the exact opposite of what Mario Odyssey is. Because Mario Odyssey is like this fun, happy, like, let's just have a fun time. Do you remember this stuff? Yeah, this is kind of awesome. And then Darkest Dungeon is like, everything you do will lead in failure.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the exact opposite. Mario Odyssey is a fun game. And so is Darkest Dungeon, but if you don't have... what's the right word for it? It's a permadeath like XCOM and Fire Emblem, actually. But, like, maybe it's similar to it's more similar to XCOM because I feel like Fire Emblem gives you a decent fighting chance to keep your dudes alive. Where when you're playing Darkest Dungeon, the game actively feels like it's trying to fuck you over at every single given turn. And so it's always like this fun game of like I bring in my people, and then I try and be like, okay, let's see if I can beat this dungeon.
Ah, the Dark Souls of strategy games.
Yes, sort of, but kind of. It's actually just kind of similar to XCOM in some ways. It's like XCOM mixed with like a smallish RPG where you just like move around and do stuff. One of the funnest things I ever had is that I was feeling pretty good about myself, and I've played it before on PC, but I got it on Switch because it was mobile. I felt I was doing pretty good. I was like, okay, I think I can handle one of the harder levels here, which is the Cove, and it's still an easy level for a beginner. I went in and was like, okay, I should be able to do this. And then by the end of it, I only had one person left alive, and I had to retreat them because they were losing their sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And one person had died of a heart attack. Another one was literally stabbed to death by a fish man.
Oh,
So
the dream.
yes. And I don't remember what happened to the other person, but I'm going to assume like they bled out or something. But it was like a very bad situation for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how... And I like games like that. Yeah, as long as they feel like fun. And Darkest Dungeon feels pretty fun even when I'm horribly dying and losing everything I love and care for.
The only way to go, really.
Yeah. I've occasionally thought about renaming people to people I know. I did that in my first playthrough because I remember I named my Crusader after Zen, and then he was the first loot unit I lost. So from that point on, I kind of...
Taking care of me.
Yeah, well, you were supposed to defend yourself, and you did not. So I don't really feel like that's my mistake. I also feel like I would get angry at my friends for failing to like hit the people there, so it wouldn't be like a good sign for me. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been playing. That's what I've got.
I mean, if we're counting the Switch, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon lately.
Oh, you play a lot of Pokemon.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take a guess at what your number one Pokemon is. Is it Braxton?
That's absurd. Yes.
How is Pokemon? Because I played it on Wii U, but I have not actually. Are people still playing a lot of Pokemon? Online?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't play a lot of online.
Oh, okay.
Like,
You
I
play
just
with
like
friends.
practicing against the computer for the meantime.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's perfectly fine.
They recently released a couple of DLCs.
Really? Who'd they release?
Aegislash and Blastoise. And some support sets.
Wait, Blastoise is in it?
Yeah. The best got like a rain dance thing. If you hold up, he just kind of
Dances?
lets it rain and dances. Yeah. It's adorable.
Okay, maybe this is my my anime bias in there. So tell me if this is true. Isn't Blastoise a giant walking fucking tank? How does he fight?
Yeah.
How does he walk around the stage when he's like?
Well, he can walk just fine and has a lot of lunging attacks.
Okay, so he actually is very. Is he like a Zangief type where he's like kind of slower than the other cast?
Yeah.
The
He is a tank.
Okay, yeah, he is a tank. Fair enough. So who's the current roster actually for Pokemon? It's Blastoise, Braixen, Candelore,
Bigger than you
Suicune,
think.
Mewtwo.
2 Mewtwo's.
Good. He needed to be in 2 fighting games.
No, I mean there's 2 of him.
Oh, there's 2 Mewtwo's. There's Mewtwo and then Mewtwo 2?
Shadow Mewtwo
Okay.
or Dark Mewtwo. I can't remember which one it's called right now.
Well, let's go with Shadow. It sounds more awesome.
That makes me think of the Pokemon XD games, the Coliseum games and XD.
Oh, like the Shadow Pokemon that you'd have to steal from other people?
Yeah.
And they would always be kind of okay with the fact that you were stealing their Pokemon?
I kind of missed those games, honestly.
I would like
Maybe that'll be something I've got to revisit.
I think you only stole them from bad people.
Yeah.
I don't think they were always bad people. I think it's just because you were in bad parts of town when you stole them. Doesn't mean they're bad people.
Hanging out in like the Pokemon gangster slums, I'm not like too worried about you.
So what you're saying is that you don't care about the poor, Zen, in the Pokemon world.
That, you gotta not dress like a gangster if you want me to not, like, steal your fucking Pokemon, because it's clearly evil.
You gotta not dress like a gangster if you don't want me to rob you. That's...
To be fair, they started the fight, so then it's like after that,
You're just trying to finish the fight? You're the good
But
guy.
I will end it, yeah. I mean...
You're basically a
with
Pokemon
an evil
vigilante.
Pokemon. Yeah, I'm Pokemon Batman, basically.
Actually, that's basically the story of Coliseum.
I kind of want a Pokemon Batman game now. About a Pokemon Bat game where he goes around with his Gliscor and literally fucks up other criminals and then leaves them horribly crippled.
I mean, if you follow, like... Core.
Sorry, say it again?
I mean, if you've ever played the Arkham games, that's kind of what he does, but without a Gliscor.
Okay, maybe I just want more Pokemon.
That's what Batman does.
But what if Batman fought a bunch of Pokemon, is what I'm saying.
Good for him.
He'd need better armor.
Could he take down an Alakazam?
Considering the Alakazam could probably pick him up and throw him around, no.
So you don't
I don't
have
know.
much trust in Batman, that's what you're saying.
I don't know. My mom would kill me.
All I heard was that my mom would kill me.
It's a bit of a mismatch, I think.
Alright, fair enough. I'll table this discussion for later when I'm talking to Nintendo and DC about my new idea. And I think that's also good for us, because I need to go eat, and we've discussed everything. So I want to say thank you to Hope and Zen for joining us for talking about Dokkan and then a bunch of other games as well.
End of talking about Dokkan for like a little bit.
I mean, we talked about Dokkan for a pretty good amount in Japan.
All you had to do was, bring me on.
There you go. Hope is our one true Dokkan talker.
For some reason, I still enjoy the game.
Yeah, I don't know how she is able to do it. Actually, funny enough, you are the one who enjoys the game most out of me and Zen.
Stockholm Syndrome, probably.
And it has parts to do with it. Zen, why don't you do an outro for us? Because I like the way you outro.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.